Welcome. This is session 3 of day 1, and this is a torrent of light.
And I'm really feeling it.
Oh, yes.
Yes, just listening to some of the people here about their experiences, it's been quite something. And I know I can feel in my own body just so much energy vibrating right now, much more than I normally feel in a workshop like this. So this is really cool.
Yeah, it certainly is. Thank you so much for making this space available, accessible, and opening up to this collaboration. We both, all three of us, didn't know where we're heading into with this. And it's becoming more and more clear as we're going into it. And I assume a lot of the individuals that are joining are getting a sense of why we're here, why they're here, why you are here.
Yeah. There was a question that came up, which we just want to make clear to everyone. It's still possible for friends to join this process, even if they join us tomorrow. So if this is something that you feel you would like to mention to your friends, they can still sign up online and participate for the rest of the day and for tomorrow. And I know there's many people that are connected through the Stargate don't know a lot about the work that you are doing as SEAL, because I know you've traveled a lot to some very interesting places. Would you like to say a little bit about that?
I'm happy to share about it. So when I connected with the guides the first time about 5 years ago, they slowly started to tell me what the role is going to be, that the directives that they have. And one of the 3 directives was to go to sacred sites around the world, or energetic intersections around the world. A lot of you know that as the grid of the earth, or the energy lines, the ley lines, has many different names. And throughout the history of humanity, civilizations have established spiritual centers on top of these energetic nodes. That's how they chose where to build a monastery. That's how they chose where to build, a church or a mosque or something of importance. And so the guide said, we want you to go first to the Middle East, and we want you to cover this list of countries. There was a long list of countries. And in each country, we would go with an entire team, make all the lists of the sacred sites that we could find, and then go through the list with Emmanuel, and he would say, this one is no, this one is a maybe if you can make it, and so on. And some of the sites were actually sites of trauma, historical trauma that has been stuck and stagnant energy in that society's field. So, as you can imagine, some of these places don't necessarily know what this work is, and we don't have the time to really explain it in depth and detail. So we're going there as tourists. So we're looking as, normal tourists, jeans and t-shirt, and just like trying to find a quiet corner to go into the channel. And it allowed me to go to places that I would have normally not gone easily or quickly. Countries that are normally not very welcoming or easy to go to because of travel restrictions or travel advisories. So I managed to go to Iraq, Iran, to Syria during the war, to Israel, West Bank, including, Jordan, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, like some of the most sacred places to humanity of this current alive civilization, but also ancient civilizations. So mountains that had importance in Atlantean history, or like Ibiza that has a lot of Atlantean energy and constructs. Very interesting.
So when you go to those places, what do you do?
Well, I we try to find the quiet corner, or actually the right spot that the channel wants us to go to.
Uh-huh.
If it's a big area, like for example, Petra in Jordan is a ginormous area. You can spend days, going around. We would look at a map of Petra, and the channel would point at the exact spots that they want us to go to, and we would hike, to the spots and find the right spot, sit down, connect to the channel. There would be a small team of people with me, and we would all connect in, and there would be a specific guide coming to do the work. And sometimes it would be Raphael, or sometimes it would be Chamuel, sometimes it would be Zadkiel. There's like different angelic forms that are specifically dedicated to that place.
Fascinating.
And they would make adjustments, attunements to the energetic construct to bring back the original intent by which this place was established for the benefit of everyone on this planet. And to me, that's such a beautiful story, knowing that all the places that I go to, no matter which religion, which civilization they're from, they're connecting to the same network, and they're fueling all of humanity equally, increasing the vibration in the entire region. That was really, and that is still the goal.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's... I have so many more stories to tell you, but another time.
Working with the guides is incredible, and I actually had something pretty similar happening way back when I first started. And one day, Alcazar said, "We want you to go to the south of France." And I said, "Where?" And he said, "South of France," in his normal, vague way, which was about letting me tune in and trust my intuition. And this was like 30 years ago, before there was GPS and all these kind of things. It was just paper maps. And maybe there's some people actually remember those things. And so I got a map of the south of France, and it was very clear that's where I need to go. And it was in the middle of nowhere, on the map that I had. So we drove down there, and all kinds of incidents happened on the way to actually prevent me going there. And each one was a challenge to overcome. And it's a long story, so I won't go into it all now. But the message that he gave, that we were given, because I was traveling with my partner at the time, and the message that we were given, we had to go to this place in the south of France, and the room that we would be staying in would have a blue carpet. The bathroom would be across the corridor from the bedroom. And when you look out the window, there'd be 3 trees on a hill. That's what we had, somewhere in the south of France. And we had to be there on a very specific day. And so we were driving there, and we got to that area that I could feel from the map. And we were driving up and down, up and down, up and down. We're looking for a hill with 3 trees on it, because that was the only physical thing that we thought we could see. And we got there the day before, and we spent the whole day driving around this area, not finding it. So towards the end of the day, decided to go to Carcassonne, where there was a tourist office. So it was just about to close, and we went in and said, we're looking for somewhere to spend the night. We're looking for an Airbnb, and we want to be somewhere in this area. And the woman behind the counter said, "Oh, well, they're all booked up, holiday season." And she gave us a little booklet with all the Airbnbs in it. And she said, "But you won't find any." And so I took this booklet and was about to leave, and she said, "Wait a minute, we have to fill in a form for everyone we help. Where do you come from?" I said, "Maui." And when I said Maui, suddenly whole energy changed. "Oh, I've always wanted to go there. Tell us about Maui." So having this conversation, and then I said to her, "Well, whenever you want to come, you can stay with us." And so she took the booklet back and said, "I'll make some phone calls for you." So she was phoning around all these different places, and they were full and full and full. And then finally, one said, "Oh, they've got a space for tomorrow, and they're English." And so we said, okay, we'll book that. We spent the night in the place in Carcassonne, and we headed out there. And again, it was an interesting story how we got there, because when we finally found the place, we realized we'd driven past that road maybe 3 or 4 times, the entrance to their driveway. So we drove up the driveway, and the 2 of them were sat outside. They're English, so they were sat outside drinking tea. And they showed us up to our room, and the room had a blue carpet.
Mm-hmm.
And it was incredible. We looked out, and there were the 3 trees, and the bathroom was opposite. And they'd said, come down and have some tea with us. So we went down, had a cup of tea, and they said, well, what are you doing? And this was still pretty new to me. And I said, well, I do this channeling. Oh, what kind of channeling? Well, I work with this guy at Alcazar. And what does he do? Well, he asked me to build a structure. What kind of structure? They were both like super excited. And I said, well, it's kind of a sacred geometric structure. It's difficult to describe. And they looked at each other, and then the woman said to the guy, tell him. And so I said, okay. And she said, well, a year ago, we had a center in London. And our master arrived unannounced one day and said we had to sell our center and go and live in the south of France. And when you get there, put up a copper pyramid on the land. You'll know where to put it. And then 1 year later, replace the copper pyramid with another structure. And they said, today is the 1 year anniversary. So it was like, the way that the guides work is incredible. I mean, totally incredible. And it just brings so much joy to be part of this dance of human awakening. Yeah.
It seems like there is a much greater plan than we can comprehend at play. And I've really tried to understand the great plan, and sometimes getting lost in all of it. And I have my dance between wanting to understand and just surrendering to it. It's that cerebral mind of mine. And it's just mind-blowing to me knowing that everything that they ask of me is it's a key piece of this giant puzzle that we're part of. And so even like this collaboration, even your visit in south of France was a piece of the puzzle that brought you to where you are. It brought you on your journey to where you are today, and brought us together, and brought Julianne into the picture. And all of that is like all these different pieces. And I'm sure like in the audience, we have so many that also sometimes listen to a divine plan that's unfolding in front of them. And I would encourage people to listen to it even more so.
Follow the intuition. Yeah. I mean, the way Jules came was quite magical. How we connected.
Well, you traveled the entire world in the 90s and ended up settling down an hour away from where I was born. So when I was moving back home after university, I found you online, and like I had no idea I would end up being part of this. I was planning on actually becoming a medical doctor. And I was on meetup.com one day, and it was like literally as if suddenly the Stargate was just like there, and I was like, I guess I ticked the box for meditation interests. But I was like, this is really cool, because high vibrational energy fields, I had been using them for healing. So I was like, ooh, to meditate in these energies. Amazing. And then the first time I saw Brigitte's face was when I went to go experience the Stargate, and it was like this moment of deja vu where it felt like I was remembering the future. And it came with 3 feelings. My whole life is about to change. I'm going to travel all over the world, and it's going to be the greatest adventure I've ever been on. And this smile popped on my face, and I was like, we'll see what happens. Like, I hadn't even experienced the Stargate. So yeah, I mean, for me, that was magic. And it's still like, I think the guides gave me that gift of that deja vu moment so that I would know it was coming from me, from my beingness, like from my path unfolding. So, yeah, like, it's amazing to be on this human journey of, for me, the best part are those moments where it's like, and it happens every now and then, unexpectedly, where suddenly I'm like completely saturated with my beingness. And I'm like, oh, this is the part of me that knows so many things beyond my humanness.
Yeah, this is, I mean, in some way, that's the journey that we are on. This is the journey that we've dedicated our lives to, and that we want others to come along on as well, or support their journeys and whichever journeys they're on. So I've never really had an understanding on how does one go about knowing what their purpose is? How does one go about figuring out, like, what am I here to do? Like, I could be what my parents want me to be or what society wants me to be, but what is something deeper inside of me that wants to emerge and direct my life in a certain way? And I was in that unknown space for a long time until this opening happened, and it became all very clear. Yeah. How was that for you, Pragit?
Well, I told you earlier how the channeling started to happen, and it's like there was no going back. Yeah. It became so real and so strong that I couldn't imagine doing anything else, especially when I built the first Stargate and started to feel the power that came through it. And then being invited to travel around the world and going to dozens of different countries and sharing this with people and watching the healing that happens on all kinds of levels, including physical healing. People have reported all kinds of physical healing happening for them just by being in this energy field. And as Alcazar said in the last meditation, everything is just energy. Everything is energy, no matter what it looks like. And so any imbalance in your field can be corrected with energy, and it can happen instantly. And the only reason it doesn't happen instantly is because we don't think it can. And that's old programming. But we've had dozens of people over the years who have had physical healings instantly or within moments. Totally incredible experiences. And wow, I've got so many stories I could spend the next 3 days telling them, so I won't go there right now. But it's really up to each one of us to recognize that we are so limited by the beliefs that we've accepted. Beliefs, and it's still happening right now. I mean, right now in this situation, we are being bombarded with all kinds of people's beliefs about all kinds of things around this coronavirus, and what works and what doesn't, and how real it is, and so on. So it's really about tuning in and re-accessing your own inner knowing. And that's difficult at first, because it's about connecting to your intuition. And intuition has been shut down over the ages. We've been told that, oh, it's just your imagination. And intuition, actually, part of intuition is imagination. And Alcazar says it's your ability to image, your ability to see into these other realities. So the main focus of the Stargate work is to help people connect to what Alcazar calls the real you, your super consciousness. He says the real you is not existing in this body. You're super consciousness. You're just energy. You're consciousness. And a small part of that consciousness is within the human form, and part of this process of being here is raising our vibration. And with every step that we raise our vibration, more of this super conscious you can be in the body. And the more your super conscious is in the body, the more clarity you have, the more wisdom you have, the more in tune you are with what's happening, the more creative you are, your ability to create abundance on all levels. And that's something Alcazar stresses all the time, abundance on all levels. We're not just talking about finances. We're talking abundance of beautiful friendships, abundance of love, abundance of beauty, and so on. And we all have that as our birthright. And it's our limited beliefs that we've accepted as a truth. Those limited beliefs are keeping us shut down. And the more we recognize that, the more we start to listen to our intuition. And if you start to follow your intuition gets stronger. And who knows where you might end up.
Maybe in the south of France.
Yeah. Okay, so
this is something that Alcazar has been saying, is we're reaching a level where if we can become less identified with our humanness, we can actually allow our superconsciousness to guide us. So we're becoming our own guides, which is something I find very fascinating.
So in a moment we'll be doing a meditation, and we will focus that first part of the meditation of actually inviting a stronger connection to our superconsciousness, because the guides that we're working with can help us with that if we're open to it.
Yeah.
There is indeed tremendous wisdom and potential and power within every one of us, and our work is really to get you to a place of empowerment, to get you to a place of understanding the tremendous potential that's actually within you, embedded and integrated. And once you start to feel that, then everything changes. Your trust, your confidence, your self-perception, your self-love, everything goes on a different level. And what we need in society is more individuals that are aligned on that level.
And the amazing thing is that it's not about doing. It's about raising a vibration, becoming more conscious. And we've had some incredible responses from people about what starts to happen. So the Pleiadians described the planet as a living library. And the library is not in books, it's in our cells, it's in our DNA. And within your DNA, Alcazar says there's physical DNA that we're all aware of, and we got that from our parents and their parents. So your physical DNA carries the ancestry on a human level. And then he says you also have higher dimensional, non-physical DNA. And that non-physical, higher dimensional DNA carries all the information from your previous experiences before you became human. So we have access to all the information that we lived before we came here to the earth. And there's one story which is coming to mind now, a beautiful lady from Sweden, Ann-Sophie. And she told us about this experience that she'd had, because as you raise your vibration, all kinds of abilities start to function. Many, many people, for example, over the years that I've worked with, have become healers. Not because they went to a class or something, but simply because they had been healers in past lives, and now it was reactivated because they'd connected with those abilities again. So Anne-Sophie told us about an experience that she had where she could start remembering her past lives and going back into them. And she said she went back into one past life where she was actually in a male body and she was a shaman. So she went to that past life and the shaman knew that she was there. And the shaman taught her how to project her consciousness into animals. And she said she projected her consciousness into I think, was it a hawk?
An eagle.
An eagle. She projected her consciousness into an eagle, and she could see through the eagle's eyes. Can you imagine? We all have abilities like that. We've lived so many amazing lives. Many, many, many people have lived with great wealth, have created great wealth. Wouldn't you like to remember how to do that? It's in your vibration. It's there. It's in your DNA. So how do you access it? You turn that part of the DNA on. How? Raise your vibration. And whatever is appropriate for you will start to happen. And like Alcazar said in the meditation, it's not about hard work. It's not about going out there and doing. We've passed that. Now it's about being in the vibration and being willing to allow letting go of those old limitations. And the first part of letting go of them is to realize that you have them. You have so many of them. And because they've been there all your life, you just assume that this is who you are. You don't realize this is a limitation. And you can look at the world and you can see people who are so aggressive to people of another race. That's a program. That's all. It's just a program. And they believed it from their parents or from their schools or wherever. And this hatred comes through them. It's a program. We all have dozens of programs. Programs about lack, programs about unworthiness. You know what your programs are. You know some of them. But just allow for the possibility that all those programs can start to dissolve. And that was the purpose of that meditation this morning, where the Galactic Command was helping us dissolve our kind of rigid attachment to thinking that this is real, this is who I am. And if we continue to allow that energy to work on us, then our lives are going to just very gently change. Very exciting.
Sometimes even faster than we can think.
Actually, yes. Yeah.
Amazing.
So, time for meditation.
Yes, so we spent the morning creating the launch pad, and now we get to take off.
People on the live stream probably like, what? We didn't take off yet?
Oh no, that was just the preparation.
Yeah.
That's right.
You never know when you personally will take off. So we'll invite you again to, if you're on the live stream, go ahead and click the music link if you'd like music. Adjust the volume at the bottom of the page that opens. And after you've done that, get comfortable, relax. There's nothing to do. And we'll see what happens.
Okay. So the beautiful thing about working with the guides is that they don't take a break. They are still here. They are still holding an energy field for all of us, wherever you are. And so let's, each one of us, wherever and whenever you are, ask inside right now for all the energies of the guides and all the energies of support to come back into our space right now.
So we call for the presence of all the guides and all the energetics we've been working with.
And just feel. And Alcazar is saying there's a whole bunch of people who thought we were asking on their behalf. Each one of us, each one of you needs to ask and to invite the guides to bring all the energy back to you. It's important in these processes that you ask, because if you're not asking, then you're not telling the guides that you want to participate. And they will honor that and not work with you unless you give them permission. So, and now I'm going to ask each one of you to ask the guides, all of them, to bring the energy level up even more.
And so we call for an amplification of the energy fields.
And just feel. Can you feel a gentle shift in the energy? And we've invited some of the masters and the angels, some of the star families. But there are many, many beings who are available to support. And so we're going to ask each one of you, if you have a particular guide, if you have an energy that can come and support this overall transformation for humanity, invite your guide or guides to join this meditation right now.
And so we call for the presence of all of our individual guides and connections, known and unknown.
And just invite them to join this meditation and just feel, again, as there's a gentle shift in the energy field. Very good. Very good. And again, we're going to ask each one of you to ask inside for your etheric stargate to be around you once more.
And so we call forth the presence of our etheric stargates.
And just visualize, feel, sense, imagine yourself inside a stargate. And asking your etheric stargate to create a strong 12th dimensional energy field within you and around you.
We call for a strong energy field of the 12th dimension. We invite these frequencies to vibrate us.
Very good. And so, beloved ones, as you relax into this energy, we would like to say a few words to you. The process that was started in the last meditation will continue if you allow it. The gentle energetics which have been sent to you from the galactic command can assist you in gently releasing your attachment to many of the limiting programs that you have, some of which you may not even be aware of as yet. So that process is continuing. In a moment, the galactic command will also bring another energetic. So let us explain a little about that which we call your superconsciousness. That is pure consciousness. It is hard for the mind to grasp because your pure consciousness, you the superconscious, is part of that field of oneness. That field of oneness that is sometimes called the quantum field. That field of oneness that's sometimes called the void, or the vacuum, or spirit, or God. You are part of this field of consciousness. You are part of the energetic of spirit or of God. You have probably heard these words before, but it is always difficult for the human mind to really appreciate this as a possibility. Beloveds, you are indeed an aspect of that conscious field that you have in the past called God or Spirit. And Spirit is enjoying being manifest in millions upon millions upon millions of different forms. Why? To simply experience. In this case, with your earth, to experience what it is like to be physical, to smell the fragrance of the flowers and the trees, to enjoy taste, to enjoy the process of eating and digesting, to enjoy moving in a physical body, enjoy the emotional experience of friends, to enjoy all, and to interact in new ways, to explore new avenues. And this is what you are doing here. Beloveds, as we have said before, you lived elsewhere before you became human. You have been on this human journey for perhaps 100 lifetimes, but before that you lived elsewhere in the universe. You have a star family, as we call them. Your family in the stars, who are waiting for you to awaken and remember. They are waiting for you to connect with them again so that they can share so much wisdom with you that you can then disseminate here on this earth. Can you feel the potential for what can happen here? Can you feel it? Can you allow yourself to say, yes, I am ready to live more of my superconscious nature. I am ready to vibrate on higher and higher levels. I am ready to move beyond my fear of change and to call it forth, knowing that I am supported in many, many ways. Are you ready? Beloveds, you are ready, or you would not be here with us, hearing these words, feeling these energies. You are ready. Can you step into this role? And so, in order to support you with this, we are going to ask each one of you now to be open to the possibility that you have indeed lived elsewhere in the universe, that you do indeed have a star family waiting for you. If you can be open to that possibility, we are now going to have you invite them And we will do this together in this meditation. We can invite your star family to bring their energies here. And so let us do that right now.
And so we ask each one of you to invite with strong intention a connection to your family from the stars, your home in this vast universe.
You do not have to know who they are. You do not have to know where you are from. You are just going to ask for an energetic connection. This is not a time for conversation. This is not a time to see pictures or images. It is a time to ask for an energetic connection, which can then be grounded into this lifetime, and you can build on it as you move forward.
And so we call for the presence right now of our family from our home in the stars.
And so as you ask for your star family to come to you, feel. Can you feel the energy changing around you? Can you feel energy coming to you? Ask for more. Just feeling that. Just feeling that response. Very good. And just asking them, giving them permission to work with you now, and if you wish, continue to work with you in this lifetime. For they can, if you give them your permission. So just asking them, if you feel to, please, can you assist me in my awakening? Can you support me in my daily life? Because so much is possible in this way. And now we are going to invite the Galactic Command also to bring an energetic into this space. An energetic that will support you experiencing your super consciousness, perhaps in a little bit more of a tangible way. And so we ask each one of you just to ask inside the Galactic Command to bring this supportive energetic into this space right now.
And so we invite this Galactic Command transmission.
And just feel, this is a very soft, very gentle energetic, very, very soft. And just allow that soft energy into your aura, into your field. And now, with a strong intention, deciding that you really want to feel the energy coming from your superconscious, the real you. Really wanting to have that taste. And so each one of us asking together right now for our superconsciousness to connect and to energize our human part right now.
We invite a strong connection with our superconsciousness permeating, activating, transmitting clearly into our humanness.
And just feel. Can you sense an energy coming to you? Can you sense an energy within you? Can you allow yourself to be more than just this humanness? For indeed you can. And just ask for this connection to stay with you throughout this meditation, because we are about to amplify greatly the energetic in this room. And each one of you right now would suggest that you ask your superconsciousness to assist you throughout this meditation. So if you wish to have an exceptionally strong experience, ask your superconsciousness to assist you throughout this meditation.
We invite the assistance of our superconsciousness.
And now we are going to ask this one Asil to come into the center of the Stargate, and he will be bringing energies through within the Stargate. And one of the functions of the Stargate is to amplify the energetics within it. And so the energies that come through this one will be amplified by the Stargate and radiated to each and every one of you, but also radiated to all the hundreds of Stargates around the world. They will all be radiating this energetic out into humankind. Very good. And as always, there is nothing to do. Just being aware of the energies. And already it is radiating out from the Stargate. Bring your awareness to the sensation of the energy, the subtleties. And for those of you on the live stream, it is interesting to watch, but we would suggest also that you close your eyes and feel. With your eyes closed, you can be far more sensitive to the subtle energies that are being broadcast to you right now. as you receive these energies, as they build up within you, you also become a transmitter of these frequencies. So be present, be receptive, nothing to do. The radiation from you happens all by itself.
Greetings, we are Elohim. As you have received this transmission, you will start to witness the impacts and the benefits it will bring to your life. All the limitations that have been imprinted, embodied, and inherited by the past generations will no longer have the same impact on your life. This sense of liberation, the sense of freedom, the sense of higher perspective will become an intrinsic foundation of your being. A deeper sense of presence, a deeper quality of presence will become who you are. And as you will witness challenges in your life, and challenges in others, and challenges in society, you will know this foundation of yours will hold you. This connection established will hold you. And you will always be able to draw, to receive the support that you require at any given moment. Knowing that you are supported, that you are loved, that you are guided through the experience in human form, through the process of your awakening, through the process of your evolution, and through the process of your self-realization. Know that the impact of this work will continue to proliferate in your life in many different ways, unexpected and subtle ways, and more obvious and clear ways. You are not just the receiver of this work. You are indeed a transmitter of this light, of this torrent of light as it moves through you. Those that you touch, those that feel your presence, those that experience you in relationship will feel the impact of this work through you, as they will receive by your presence, by your unobstructed expansion to become the highest potential being that you are. Your true nature emerges. Your true nature knows. And you become whole again. Receive this work with an open heart, an open mind, an open body, an open spirit. Allow the adjustments of today to fully integrate in your being. Allow this energy to fuel all of your cells to bring light to all dark and shadow areas of your life, of your consciousness, of your heart, of your physical form. Be truly immersed in this delivery of love. This is our gift to you. No recognition, no gratitude, no beliefs or worship is required to receive this gift. It is truly unconditional in its nature. And we are grateful for you to receive the full impact of this work. Thank you.
And so, beloved ones, continue to bask in this continuing energy field. Allowing for the possibility that those beautiful words from the Elohim describing your potential, can you allow for the possibility that you will receive these changes, this support in your life? Can you say yes to fully receive that which is being shared? It is your birthright, should you choose to accept. It is no accident that you are here with this gathering of hundreds of people who are all both receiving and radiating, transmitting these beautiful energies. The Stargate grid around the world is constantly transmitting these energies that you are vibrating right now. Transmitting the energies from all the guides whom you have invited, who are still holding this energetic, radiating you with their enlightened energies. Holding this field, vibrating your energetic within the field, is adding to it. That energy in this room and the energy of all you around the world is being transmitted. You are touching many thousands of people who are in this moment of now available to these energies. They do not have to be meditating somewhere. They can be walking along the street in a certain level of receptivity, and this energy comes to them. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of children who have felt this energy and danced with it, who have been enthralled by what they are feeling, how good it is. And the younger ones just being reminded once more of where they came from before they incarnated, the oneness, the beauty. Beloveds, right now, in this moment, as you all vibrate with these loving energetics, you are still radiating. You are still touching thousands of people that you know not, who you will never meet, but they will become part of the transformation, simply because in these moments they are receptive. Can you see the potential that you are creating together? We are honored to be here with you these days. And we honor each and every one of you for the gift that you are. You will find that these energies remain with you until we gather again in your tomorrow. Allow them to be there. Tune in every now and again and feel the vibration within.
And so, beloved ones, the torrent is open. You are the portal. You have become both the receiver and the transmitter of this light. And we invite you to investigate this new awareness, this new level of access within your field, within your mind, within your body, within the heart coherence that you can drop into, but most of all, attuning to the level of your beingness. And so ring the bell with your intention. Feel the resonance of your beingness this night, and we will see you in your tomorrow.
So again, that was just another very beautiful, amazing experience. And thank you, Asil, for that transmission.
Buzzing.
So really, there's no need for many words. I just invite all of you just to be aware of this process that's happening, will continue to happen, actually for many days. It's really important to drink plenty of water, because some of the changes will be happening on a physical level. And most people tend to be dehydrated most of the time. We're not used to drinking as much as our bodies need. So I would encourage you to make sure that you drink plenty of water, particularly today and tomorrow, but then continue that process. Also, if you can avoid alcohol for the next couple of days, that's really important, because that slows the process down.
So as you come back into the body, there's no rush, but as you come back, make sure you're really awareful, really tuning in and feeling, because right now my hands feel like they're like streaming, like light and vibration. And we're all unique. We're all going to be experiencing this in unique ways. And as the Elohim have said, some of these ways we will notice. Some of them we might not even know. They're beyond the level of our mind. And so I just want to say thank you. Bring me more.
Thank you, Brigitte. Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Alcazar. And all those that you guys have brought in, called in. Thank you to Elohim and angelic realms. And thank you to all the individuals that make this into a physical reality possible. All the people that are working behind the scenes. Our incredible teams that are conspiring to make this available to you. And we are blessed that our work can extend into the entirety of the world. And through you, it can extend even further. So let all of this settle in. Take it easy for today. So tomorrow, you can be ready for the next round.
Today is just a gentle preparation for tomorrow.
I had a feeling you would say that.
Yeah. So, just a very special thank you to all those people around the world. And I'm just wondering whether our friends in Australia managed to stay up the whole time. It's difficult when you're tired and doing the meditations. But either way, they'll catch it on the replay. And I would encourage people, even if you were live with us, in a day or two, if you feel to, go back, relive this. You'll feel the energies. You'll amplify it. You'll be adding even more to the radiation that goes out around the world. So, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. We love you. We honor you. Because we're all doing this together. We are all doing this. We'll see you tomorrow.
10 a.m. Pacific time.
10 a.m. Pacific time, yeah.